Blue Jackets make the very, very big decision to fire their head coach. Let's talk about this. Roll it. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Canon Fodder Show. Welcome. This is the show where I'm going to talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets, and basically, we're going to talk about all sorts of stuff involving the team. But I just couldn't ignore the thing that happened today. I was planning on starting this channel later, but huge news out of the Blue Jackets organization that they have fired head coach Pascal Vincent and relieved him of his duties. Now, Pascal Vincent has been with this organization for about 3 years, and 2 of those he was the associate head coach under Brad Larson. Not a great time here in Columbus. I was people that know me would know from my Facebook that I was less than thrilled about the decision to hire Brad Larson in the first place because he was just one of Tortorella's underlings. Additionally, then they go and make the shocking decision, the stupid decision Jarmo Kekalainen and John Davidson did to hire Mike Babcock, which was one of the worst hires I've ever seen this organization make. And I've been here since the beginning of this team. There's been some bad coaches in this organization. There's been some bad decisions in this organization. That one really took the cake. So we then decide to go to the underling of Tortorella's underling with Pascal Vincent. Now, let's start off by being fair to Pascal Vincent. He was given a raw deal. He was hired on an emergency basis to fill the gap after the Mike Babcock decision blew up in their face. It blew up in their face. It was a shocking decision. The man didn't even make it to preseason. That's how bad of a decision this wound up being. So they hire Pascal Vincent to be their next coach. Of course, new coach, new system. You're hopeful. You want things to go well. It didn't. It didn't. Between Pascal Vincent's incessant tinkering of lineups, from his inability to stick to a system to his very poor coaching staff, one of the worst defenses I've ever seen the Blue Jackets have. And I think, being a longtime fan, I think that should mean something that in the over 20 years I've been watching this team, that this was the worst defense they've ever ran. Their power play was non-existent. Their goaltending has declined. Elvis Merzlikins, who was a promising goalie, just nothing was going right for him. So now we're in a situation where they bring in a disruptor. They brought in Don Waddell. He is a guy that is known to shake things up and to make changes. Well, here's his first big change. Pascal Vincent is on his way out. I'm not upset with this decision at all. I do not care for Pascal Vincent as a coach. So he has been relieved. The Blue Jackets releasing this statement saying, the Columbus Blue Jackets have relieved head coach Pascal Vincent of his duties with the club. Blue Jackets president of hockey ops and general manager Don Waddell announced today. While no further decisions regarding the club's coaching staff will be made at this time, the search for a new head coach will begin immediately. There's candidates. Don Waddell's definitely going to have to sell the Blue Jackets real hard to get a really solid candidate in to this organization. We have not had a lot of luck with coaches. I would not mind them bringing back Gerard Gallant. If they wanted to bring in Rod Brindamore, I would not be upset with that either. But either way, this job is going to have to be sold. In fairness, this has been a very, very sudden change that the Blue Jackets have made. I'm unsurprised by this change because it was going to have to happen eventually. I'm just glad that our new GM wasn't lying to himself and just sitting there twiddling his thumbs for 12 months while the team continued to flounder. I sincerely hope that the defensive assistant gets fired as well, that our special teams coaches get fired. I would be very, very pleased if both of them went away. They did not know how to run those units effectively. I'm not convinced on the goaltending front just because our defense was so bad that I'd be okay with giving our goaltending coach another chance. Because they were completely disorganized the whole season. There's going to be some changes with this team coming up soon, and we are definitely going to talk about it here on the Caustic Fan. And just, big news today. Big news. It's never easy to pull the trigger on firing a coach, especially this early into his tenure, but the move had to be made eventually. So, in the coming weeks, we will be announcing a change to the head coaching position. We'll be getting a new coach. We're still waiting on word for what's going to happen with the Patrick Laine situation where he wants out of this team. This is going to be a very big year of change and transition for the Blue Jackets. They've got to start heading in the right direction eventually, right? In theory, we have to start doing better. I do not believe for a second, though, that this isn't going to be a rough season still, regardless of who they bring in. Maybe they shore up the defense and the power play, whoever they bring in, and that gets us close to the playoffs. If they finished just outside of the playoffs, I wouldn't be upset with that season, but that person and Don Waddell are going to have a lot of work to do this offseason in order to secure that. Regardless, there's pieces on this team. There's a lot of pieces on this team, and I think that it's really important to know who those pieces are. We have Johnny Hockey locked down for a long time. We have Zach Werenski locked down for a long time. We have Adam Fantilli. There's pieces here. The point is that there's pieces here. Boone Jenner is going to be here for a while. We've got the right pieces. If we can put them together, I think we could have an actually decently fun season for once. Because let me tell you, the last couple seasons, not been very fun. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that firing Pascal Vincent was fair this early into his tenure? Given how raw a deal he was truly given with this Blue Jackets organization, is that going to affect the prospects of whatever coach they want to bring in? Is that going to be harder to sell? Are they going to start getting a reputation of they're not willing to wait? They pull the trigger too quickly on coaches. Maybe. But tell me, what do you think? Do you think that this was the right move for this Blue Jackets organization to make in the meantime? So, that will be everything for this video. I am Corey Caustic. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, that would be fan-damn-tastic here. I'm Corey Caustic. This has been the Caustic Fan and the Canon Fodder Show. I will see you all next time. See you later.
Why does it always fill you up, leaving me